Hey y'all.
Hey.
It's Carmela Wren at the Queen's Couch in the Queen's Lounge with the Queens of Qwn City. How y'all feeling out there? You already know I'm Carmela Wren. To my right we have
Leash.
It's double time.
It's leash today.
It's leash
I
today.
like that. And to my
Yeah.
right,
We got Troy, y'all. This is Troy Lauren who hasn't eaten yet. So,
oh,
so hopefully these drinks are gonna pep me up. So what is it that
You want a
is in
lemon?
the cup? Maybe. I don't know. It's not real food,
but it's something.
I haven't eaten. But I do got some tea and some whiskey, which is I guess technically Crown Royal, some apple. And that's
Whiskey,
gonna
one time for the win.
spruce us up for this podcast. What you got in your cup, Lish?
Well, I've got a little strawberry daiquiri that I'm gonna turn into a strawberry lemonade.
Nice.
Sweet.
Okay.
Oops, sorry, I splashed
Come
you.
on. It's splash. Hello. Is she juicy?
Splish.
I like that. So I have peanut butter whiskey actually, and we take this and we put
Who drinks that? Okay, now
I'm interested.
the pineapple juice in with the peanut butter
Pineapple.
whiskey.
And peanut butter. I want to put my tongue in her cup.
No.
That's
Wait a minute.
I
Pause.
that's what they all say. They all want to put their tongue in my cup.
Hey.
But you know she's exclusive. Okay, you just can't put your tongue in my cup.
Any old tongue can't be in your cup.
Not just any old tongue. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it is surprisingly delicious. And I know you see that we have wine glasses. The queens will sometimes drink wine, y'all. But listen,
Not on today.
we not always drinking wine.
We
'cause
not
sometimes
never
it's
drinking
whiskey.
wine.
It ain't been one yet.
It ain't been
actually.
wine.
Yeah.
But we love the wine glasses. So, you know, send us glasses. Amen.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers, ladies. Oh, queens.
Yes.
All right.
A meal.
First of all, this is amazing.
Second of all, this is strong.
This is amazing and strong.
Mm.
It's the warmth going down my throat. I love a hot toddy, y'all.
This is cool and refreshing, but baby, I'm finna be turned.
Is it
Okay.
sweet?
Yes.
Sweet,
Sweet
strong.
and tangy.
Mm.
Actually, I'm gonna put this whole thing in there. Yeah.
Some more strawberry
Boom.
lemonade.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. I think this is getting ready to be a real good podcast.
Mhm.
All right, let's get into it. Leash, what we talking about today?
Today, ladies, we're gonna be talking about relationships.
Okay.
Now, we always talk about relationships because
We love it.
that's what we talk about. But today, I want to talk about committed relationships. Like, what does that look like to us? Because, as we always say, baby, we are queens of a delicious
Period.
age, okay? Which means we've been through some things. We've been down a couple roads, okay? We've been up a couple roads. And so, like, at this time in our lives, what does a committed relationship look like? Like, does it look like Carrie from Sex and the City with Aiden? Or Big? Or that ballet guy? Like, who knows, right? Like, they were all three different versions of a committed relationship. But I think we also have three different versions of a committed relationship. And we want to hear from you. So tap in the comments, right? Hit us up on Instagram, all the things, because we want to know what the queens are doing. Y'all got a man? Y'all want a man? Y'all want a woman? I mean, I'm just saying. So listen, let's cheers, ladies, to this relationship combo, because baby, got some questions.
Yes.
Cheers.
Ladies
About to get into
and
it.
ladies.
And that is-
Yes.
All right.
Mm. So, let's start general,
Okay.
right? Troy.
Yes.
Because I know you have a special answer to this. What are your relationship goals? Like, end of the line, rainbow, pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Like, what do you see for yourself? What do you want for yourself? What do you desire in a relationship that's like your perfect situation to ride off into the sunset?
I see a small community.
She said not one, not two.
I I see
community
a small
of
community of love, of
Okay.
lovers, of people who have the same goal in mind to just live healthily, happily, and like just live off the grounds. We in like I need a cowboy.
You need a commune.
I need
It
a
sounds
compound.
a compound, a commune, and a cowboy.
commune, all of that. I need
Okay.
all of that.
The
I would
three
love
C's.
that. That would be
C's.
perfect.
Right.
You got people raising the kids, you got people raising the food, you got people, doing all of the things. We're being creative, we're building the grounds up, we are establishing our footprint, and it's beautiful and it's sustainable. That would be an ideal goal for relationships. And as I said, and I always say, I don't need to be, peeing in the vagine, everybody, but we can and should all look at each other's like loved ones, like lovers. Like we are here to take care of each other. I ain't feeling no way about my man opening the door for somebody or gonna go mow somebody's lawn or doing a thing like that, because all of this belongs to us. We need
Okay.
families to come join our families. That would be ideal. I need a situation. I need land, plot,
Okay.
warmth.
I hear what you're saying,
Okay.
and I'm picking up on what you're putting down.
That's what I like.
Except-
That's the order.
Who you with for real in the community? You with the community, or you with one man / woman /
I'm with one
Yourself.
one person.
one person?
Okay.
I'm with one person ideally.
Okay, and you and that person have a community around you both.
Around us both. Yeah, it would be selfish to
Okay.
be just
So
me.
Are you intimate with anyone else in the community, and is that person intimate with
No,
anyone
the
else
answer
in the
is
community?
yes, because intimacy is different. Now,
Sex.
are we?
You
are
sexing
we-
more than one
are we-
person?
No, we not sexing more
All right,
than one
make it
people.
plain.
Yeah, hello. We ain't sexing more than one person, but we are intimate within the community.
Okay.
I'm open to heartstrings being thrown out because people fill different cups. One person cannot be your everything, and sometimes we are not enough to be our own everything. So
Okay.
I need somebody to read. I need somebody who's entrepreneurial. I need somebody who want to go hiking. I want somebody who likes to eat. Somebody needs to clean, because I'm not it.
I need to ask a question about that. So in this commune, on this compound, with you and your black cowboy, the intimacy, I know for a lot of people, intimacy leads to sex. Would you be okay if that intimacy led to sex for someone you were also sexually involved with?
My heart of hearts would definitely feel like, but I think there's nothing a conversation can't fix. There's nothing like clarity can't fix. There's nothing at dinner and a meal and can't fix for me. I'm not hell-bent on a sexual tie breaking up my lifelong partnership.
So what does that look like? So the black cowboy let a little girl do-si-do on it. You know what I mean? And you
Someone
find
in the
out.
community.
I was about to say now, it wouldn't be a
Someone
little
in the
girl. It would be
Well, not
it
a
would be
little
like the
girl,
groundskeeper or that woman over there who comes by and takes care of who teaches the kids whatever, or her with the eggs that we're there all the time. I probably also love that girl. Now I would probably feel more offended that I might have been left out or deprived of an opportunity rather than upset that things led to something else.
Okay.
I feel that.
Yeah, energetically, I'd be like, "Aw, I missed something." Fear of missing out, FOMO.
I'm gonna circle back to that because we're gonna circle back to intimacy specifically and like what that looks like, and yours is going to definitely be interesting.
All right.
So we're gonna circle back to that for everybody. But Carmencita, what is your relationship goal? What would
My
you like
relationship
to
goal, so I'm-
have ultimately?
Ultimately, I'm a tiny bit traditional and a tiny bit open-minded. So
Okay.
ultimately, I want a man to marry and have a life and a family with.
Okay.
That's what I want ultimately.
That's the traditional.
Yes,
Okay.
that's the traditional. Now, the other part says that whatever we decide that we're doing as a married couple is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And don't nothing move till I sign off on it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
I like that.
So I want a little bit of both. And it's the kind of thing for me that I'm so specific in the things that I really enjoy.
So specific.
Right.
Meet our resident Capricorn.
Hi. It's me. Yeah, I'm so specific in the things that I enjoy that, you know, if it was gonna be, we went on vacation and we was like, you wanna try something? You wanna do something crazy? You know? Then we would do it. But there's so many things that I would be like, oh, they smoking cigarettes. Come on, miss. You can't. You know what I mean? Like it's so many things that I could be turned off by.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and there's so many things I could be turned off by, but I exist. So somebody like me exists. You know what I mean?
It's true.
So if I know that if I'm living and breathing and walking around, other things I like are living and breathing and walking around.
Yes.
You know? So with that being said, me and my husband, you know,
So it's
we
definitely
get out
marriage
there
for
and
you.
for me, yes.
Okay.
For me, yes. I still want that. I still desire that, and I've seen that in my family be something not easy, but definitely worth it. So I've never been married, so it's something I still desire. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Leash? What are your relationship goals on 20 years down the line? What you see?
Well, folks, I'm the resident lover girl, but marriage is a no for me. Been there, done that. No thanks. No thank you.
It's out.
And here's why. Not that I don't believe in marriage, right? Like, I think marriage is so beautiful. I've always thought that it was beautiful. My parents have been married for over 50 years, right?
Shout out to mom and dad.
Shout out to mom and dad, because that's a lifetime.
That's a
Somebody's
lifetime.
whole life they've been married.
Entire life.
That's twice somebody's whole life that they've been married. But for me, like, I don't want to do it again. It was not a good experience for me. And honestly, I don't feel like it's necessary. I feel like you can have a life partner without being married. You can share your life with someone and they share their life with you, and you guys decide to do whatever you're going to do with one another. You make commitments to one another. You hold, you know, values with one another, and that's that. Now, I'm not saying I'm totally against it. Like, if the love of my life that I've been with for however long asked me to marry him, I would deeply consider it, because I would have to think about, like, why did he ask me to marry him? Like, we said we weren't gonna do this, right? But he asked me, so let me think about that, and then we have a discussion about what that looks like. But I know for me, the legalities of getting out of a marriage is like so obnoxious. It's super obnoxious, and the institution itself is unnecessary. You either gonna be with somebody or you're not. Like, you gonna be with them and y'all gonna honor y'all arrangements, or you're not. I don't need a judge to preside over me or a preacher to preside over me
with this.
to, like, ensure that I hold my commitments down.
Because you can't ensure nothing regardless.
And if I break my commitments, is the
Exactly.
preacher coming to fix it? It's gonna be me and him. Like, so at the end of the day, we just gonna do what we're dealing with. But yes.
Speaking of the legalities,
Yeah.
because first of all, my question for you is,
Yeah.
when it comes to you sharing your life with this person, the legal part of marriage is what a lot of times brings in some sense of security. Like, if that man is on life support and you not his next of kin, somebody else is making that decision. You know what I'm saying? Whether you'll have children or not, if you have children and the children are not old enough to make that decision as his next of kin, you gotta wait for his mama or his brother to say what his wishes are, and they probably won't know.
Well, that's if it's intentional, right? If it's intentional, you can create documents
Yes.
to make someone your person
You can.
Right? You can create legal documents for anything. If you and I decide we want to go and create a business today, we can literally do that today. We can sign the paperwork today, pay for whatever we need to pay for, and we're bound by whatever agreement we create.
Yep.
And so you can do that with a life partner. Like, why do I need to have, because marriage has very specific, and sometimes it's dirty work, y'all. Sometimes it's really dirty work how people get down when they come out of a marriage or when they, any legally binding thing. But if you create a specific legally binding thing between you and a person, it's your specific agreement. A lot of times marriage is not a specific agreement. Marriage is the agreement that your state made for you based on your state's laws and regulations.
That's a good point, because I do believe that marriage between two people should be a specific agreement. Like, you should. I remember having an argument with someone in, you know, it was a situationship, but still.
Yeah.
Me being like, what does it look like if we move forward?
Yeah.
And then being like, I don't know, we figure it out. And being like low-key offended.
Yeah.
That I'm like, no, because you got to count the cost.
Right.
Like, what does it look like?
Yes.
Tell me what the plan is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For
Or let's
sure.
talk about what you envision this looking like moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I think that it very much ought to be very specific.
Yes.
And I love that you said that.
And like, honestly, for me, having been married is what caused me to think about marriage in a different way. Like, I was raised, obviously my parents, right? Like, they've never been apart. So I've been in church. You know, church has their way of imprinting marriage values on people. Honey.
Imprinting.
Baby. Imprinting. It just like on what's that movie? Whatever them people, the
Splice.
vampires and them.
Yes. I know what you mean. With
Yeah,
Edward
Twilight.
True Blood.
Twilight. It's the Twilight Zone in church, but whatever. Anyway,
I'm not into
that being that, there's so many things that get projected.
So much was said just now.
We not going back. That's all. Why you bring up bullshit? Listen,
I like it.
what you gotta do is.
I like it.
All I'm saying is, you have to have your own values. You have to have the things that are important to you be put into whatever contract and commitment you are making. And so your values are community. Your values are fidelity. My values are love and loyalty. Because I'm not tripping about whether or not we are legally bound or whatever. I'm tripping if you're disloyal to me. Are you disrespectful to me? Are you honoring me as the person that you said you wanted to be with?
I'm gonna trip on all of it and give me the papers.
Oh, okay.
Because I want the papers too.
Yeah.
I want the receipts on you.
That's fair.
Because we
Fair
all know, and
enough.
I'm gonna say it and we can say it together, because if you razzle,
She going dazzle. She going dazzle.
okay? But that goes both ways. Because if somebody try and razzle on you, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm a dazzle.
She gonna dazzle.
I'm a dazzle. Okay? Not over here. You know, but yeah, that's why, that's why it just, I don't know, to me, I believe in the ideal of what you're saying.
Yes.
Where it's like, it's really y'all too. And
Yeah.
if you gonna protect yourself
Yeah.
legally and do a
Yeah.
document that
Yeah, when
does
it
that
comes
same
to that,
thing,
Yeah.
then like you figured it out. But
Yeah.
most people don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to be a different kind of person to really have that level of trust, I think. And it's not even trust as to say like people who need paperwork don't trust their person.
Right.
But it's like some people are just a little more formal. They'll be the first to tell you, well, she's probably the least formal. I'm in the middle. She's the most formal though of the three of us, I would say.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably just expressed by our expressions of what a committed relationship looks like.
Yeah.
Super informal, medium informal, formal don't play with me.
Please don't.
So I mean, it's all fair. It's all fair in love and war. Like, you do what suits you, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you do what suits you?
Yeah.
It's your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think enough people do that, because even when they get into marriage or when they're single, you know, like they're not walking around honoring or even establishing a set of morals and values that they walk with.
Or that they
just
share.
kinda-
They just make assumptions. I think you're so onto something with that. A lot of people function out of the assumption of what things should be, except my assumption and my man's assumption might be different.
Hello.
And we never talked about it because we just said the word marriage or we just said the word commitment, and that didn't hold any weight to either of us because my commitment don't look like yours.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's so important, because when my commitment and your commitment look like different behaviors,
Yeah.
right? Now you offended in me,
Right.
but you never communicated like
that
I'm
was a
looking to see
problem.
this. This is what makes me
Yes.
know
Yeah.
that you're committed to me.
Yeah.
Or the flip side, if you know it's shared, like I don't give a fuck about the fact that you do that. That don't make me feel warm and fuzzy.
Yes.
Right.
Now it's like, oh, you don't appreciate, and it's just like you.
Well, wait, I
missing
never
the
asked
point.
that. I don't like
Right. I just need you to buy my favorite ice cream. You know what I'm saying? It just be those kinds of things. So I think that's a great point that you brought out. You gotta talk about the things. Look at us.
Yeah.
Agreeing.
So I would say, based on our answers, that we all are interested in some kind of commitment.
Yeah, for sure. I think love is a shared value amongst us. I love community. You said it right, but I'm also really big on teamwork. Like, it's not just about being in a community, but like, are we working together?
Yeah.
That is important. Are we, a need for mine is understanding and being understood. Those two are very important, and I think that that's across the board for us, all three of us, and what it is that we desire.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I had a question I wanted to ask you, and I forgot.
No.
It was a good one too. It was a really good
It'll
one.
come back.
It's gonna come back. But yeah, for sure. I like that.
So, what are your values? What are your morals?
Well,
To the people out there. Y'all ready for part 2? Lock in with us. I am Troy Loren.
I'm Leash.
It's Carmela Renner, you already know.
We are Qwn City. You here tuned in to the Qwn City podcast at the Qwn City Lounge. We'll see you next week or next time for part 2 of relationship goals.
Period.
See ya.
Peace.